Hey everyone, Pastor George here with our second day in the Theologs about apologists. And I was going to do one of my other favorites today, as I said yesterday, a guy who's a Catholic priest. But earlier this morning, Ravi Zacharias died from cancer. And so I kind of said already that I was going to do him whenever he happened to pass away. And so he passed away earlier this morning, went to be with the Lord, which is a joy and a blessing, even though it is sad that he is dead. We know that he's not really dead. He's living the resurrected life. So one of the things I just wanted to talk about was just how many people he affected. So Ravi Zacharias was one of the first Christian apologists that I encountered, and a lot of the first that a lot of people encountered, because he was the first to really understand media in any sort of way. So he has a big following on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook, and I think he was one of the first people to really get on TV too, to just do apologetic type stuff. And he's immensely important. I mean, he has his own, not anymore, but he had his ministry group called Ravi Zacharias International Ministries, which is all about getting apologists trained up and sending them to places to talk or to get people who are experts at being apologists towards certain other faiths into those countries where those faiths are. And it's great. And Ravi Zacharias himself has a very interesting story of his youth. I would recommend going on YouTube and finding him talk about it. But he is from India, in case you didn't know. From southern India, I believe. I believe he's Tamil. But he grew up in Delhi. And he eventually moved to Canada and then to the United States. But he is very, very good for that reason, only because he was the first to try and open the West's eyes to other types of apologetics. So, like, for the longest time, Christian apologists in the West were only concerned with secularism, right? Combating atheistic ideas that are associated with certain movements. That's what and scientism and stuff like that. And that's all, or other Christian groups like Jehovah's Witnesses or Mormons or whatever. But Ravi Zacharias was really good because he showed up and was like, hey, there's this whole subcontinent of people that have very different religious beliefs than us, and we need to speak to them too. And he does a great job with that. He has this very good book called Jesus Among the Other Gods. And it's not so much a response to any religion in particular, but it's just trying to center people on Jesus is the only God, and trying to help people understand, whether from West or other places, that you can't practice polytheism, right? It's a very good book. I recommend it. I'll put the link in the description below. And he was just incredibly important for many, many people. One of the apologists I'll be talking about later this week, one of my favorites, he was greatly influenced by Ravi Zacharias, and he worked for his ministry for quite some time. So I think it's just worth today praying, when you get a chance, praying and thanking God for Ravi's legacy, what he did, and all the people he touched. It just goes to show that you can have a huge impact and just be one person, just by studying and devoting your life to trying to interact with people. I think that, just on that topic, I think what else made him different is just the fact that he was able to leave the kind of academic stuff and went right to people. So you can find all of these Q&A videos, and he was kind of the first to do this, where he would get up there and just encourage people to come forward and ask him questions about Christianity, right? And he would go to hostile places like university campuses and stuff like that. And he wasn't going to churches. He was going right to the people. And so it's definitely something to worth checking out. So that's Ravi Zacharias. If you have a chance, I would recommend looking at some of his videos on YouTube or reading his book. Definitely worth a read. So that's him. We will talk about the Catholic priest tomorrow. So I will see you all then.